moving on to Getafe. Getafe now well established in the Spanish First Division. It's their 9th season in the top flight. And they've even managed to taste European football. They finished in 6th place under Michel back in 2009-2010. This season, they've started well with just 1 win since November, or since the beginning of December, like you said. So recent results haven't gone their way.
Well, we start with the Real Madrid lineup. Adana starts in goal. Ramos, Coentrao, Albiol and Carvalho the back for Essien, Modric, Ozil, Di Maria, Higuain and Cristiano Ronaldo the remainder of the lineup. Any surprises for you there, Dave?
Not really. Sergio Ramos coming back in after suspension. He'll get valuable minutes today against Getafe. The likes of Arbeloa has been left out of the squad. He had a little niggle, so not even on the subs bench today. Mourinho's decided to leave Khedira, Xavi Alonso, Benzema and Varane on the subs bench, obviously with one eye on that Copa del Rey semi-final on Wednesday to come against Football Club Barcelona. And when you've got a squad like Real Madrid and you have the luxury of bringing in players like Luka Modric, Carvalho and of course Higuain.
Well, here's the Getafe lineup that will be facing them. Moya, who had a fantastic game last weekend. He starts in goal. Alexis in the defence. Torres, Lopa, Sarabia, Valera, Borja, Diego Castro, Gavilan and Colunga, the Getafe lineup. They're missing just one player, Juan Rodriguez, but Juan Rodriguez really the muscle and the engine room of that Getafe midfield. The only real big loss for a visiting side.
Yeah, Getafe able to bring former Real Madrid player Miguel Torres back into the side today. He's back after injury. Diego Castro comes back in after suspension. Adrian Colunga preferred to signing Alvaro up front again today. Colunga has come back into favour under Luis Garcia Plaza after basically being persona non grata for most of the season.
Well, we get underway here at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid in the traditional white shirts. They're going from left to right. Getafe all in blue. And Real Madrid, of course, they had that win last weekend, that colossal 5-0 triumph against Valencia, all first half goals, and back to their best perhaps in La Liga after a few blips.
Well, it looked to be the case last week against Valencia, although you have to say I think Ernesto Valverde got his tactics completely wrong in Mestalla last Sunday in the league game. Tried to play a high line, tried to press Real Madrid, just gave Jose Mourinho's side plenty of space to work in behind the defence, and Madrid really tore Valencia apart on the counter-attack, reminiscent of performances last season, of course, when they did claim the league title.
Getafe win the ball back, but straight away it's recovered by Fabio Coentrao, who's been in a rich run of form as of late, and he's back with the captain Sergio Ramos, of course, captaining the side in the absence of Iker Casillas. Ball over onto the right with Angel Di Maria. Now to Ozil, and a new look Real Madrid midfield with Modric lining up alongside Essien this afternoon.
Luka Modric and Michael Essien starting in the centre of midfield for Real Madrid. Two players who probably faced each other on numerous occasions back in their Premier League days. Essien, of course, former Chelsea player, and Luka Modric, signed from Tottenham last season.
Ball comes through for Di Maria. He tries to turn, tried to feed it to Modric, but it was just cut out by Lopo. Real Madrid still on the attack. It's a first touch for Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo squares it up for Di Maria. Di Maria has a tame shot. Appeared to make contact with Luka Modric, and the bounce straight back out. An early attempt for Real Madrid. Getafe on the ball with Xavi Torres. And the ball out of play off Fabio Coentrao, who's been performing excellently as of late in the absence of Marcelo.
Coentrao has had a run in the side with Marcelo out injured. I think Coentrao, one of those players who's responded to this Jose Mourinho's hairdryer treatment, gave him a public dressing down not too long ago. Coentrao, the Portuguese left-back, seems to have taken that into account, and he's responded with some good performances in recent weeks. And left Mourinho with a bit of a quandary now with Marcelo pretty much back to full fitness. He has to decide whether to continue with Coentrao left back or bring back the Brazilian.
Just had a look at the Getafe assistant manager Pedro Rostol Rodriguez. Luis Garcia Plata suspended for this game after a sending off to the stands in a previous encounter. The ball is pulled down by Gavilan. Gavilan squares it up to a Kalunga. Kalunga plays through, and Adan, a first touch for him, and it's a confident dive on top of the ball, but elicits a round of applause from Santiago Bernabeu. Early danger from Getafe. Nice pass in from Kalunga.
The ball in from Kalunga, and Diego Castro finding space in between the defenders and around the back of the Real Madrid defence, but Adan out quickly. He'll be nervous, Adan. Last time he started, as you said before the game, Duncan, he was sent off early on against Real Sociedad here in the Santiago Bernabeu. We're looking to avoid a repetition of that, of course, here today.
Ball over to Angel Di Maria. Di Maria tries to tuck the ball down the line to Cristiano Ronaldo, who's playing in a roving role and is caught offside. We've seen Cristiano Ronaldo in a sort of free role. He's been cutting across to the right-hand side a lot in recent games, despite starting on the left. And when you're as talented as Cristiano Ronaldo, you can more or less go wherever you want.
I think Cristiano Ronaldo, experienced enough and big enough to know that he has pretty much free reign. The other players flexible enough to adapt around him when he does switch flanks. He does drift into a more central position.
Well, certainly came up and showed himself in the game against Valencia in La Liga. But after some criticism from manager Jose Mourinho for his performance in the first leg of the cup tie against Valencia, saying that he was largely anonymous for the last 15 minutes. Not often criticism that can be levelled at Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, Mourinho, not one to back away from criticising his players in public. Sometimes it works in his favour, and we've seen in recent weeks with Coentrao and, of course, Angel Di Maria. Gave Di Maria a bit of a roast in a press conference quite recently, and Di Maria's responded with some excellent performances in recent matches. Cristiano Ronaldo, not sure if he responds in the same way to that kind of treatment. Mourinho knows how to get the best out of his players, and if things aren't going quite as Real Madrid would have liked in the league this season.
Through ball played, but swept up by Ricardo Carvalho, who leads off the centre of defence. He's the experience in the middle. Of course, Real Madrid missing Pepe, who's out with an injury. Sergio Ramos moving over to the right-hand side. They've got Varane on the bench, but chosen to leave him and preserve him just in case for the Copa del Rey semi-final. Sergio Ramos is fouled by Gavilan. Getafe, of course, one player unavailable, Pedro Leon, who, courtesy of his loan deal from Real Madrid, able to play against his old side.
Pedro Leon injured in any case. I don't think he would have made it into the lineup today anyway. Pedro Leon, player signed by Real Madrid from Getafe, and loan back to the Madrid side.
Not a favourite of Jose Mourinho, Pedro Leon.
No, famously, Jose Mourinho, when fielding questions about Pedro Leon's inclusion or non-inclusion in the squad, said to the press, well, it's not as if we're talking about Zinedine Zidane here. Just what you want to hear from your coach, really.
Well, we have another look at Pedro Rostoya, confirmed, but it is him by the graphics. Luis Garcia Plata giving the instructions before the game to his assistant. And Moya yet to make a save. Had a fantastic game though last time out for Getafe in La Liga. Signed from Valencia. Really been kept out by the combination of Cesar Sanchez and Vicente Guaita. And then when Cesar moved on, Diego Alves brought in for Valencia. No space for Moya, but a solid keeper on his day, although somewhat erratic.
Moya, no, excellent signing for Getafe last season, I thought, when they brought in Moya. Didn't really get much of a chance at Valencia, as you said, with Cesar Sanchez and Vicente Guaita ahead of him in the pecking order. He's done very well since signing for Getafe. Undisputed first choice ahead of former Real Madrid keeper Jordi Codina. Getafe and Real Madrid, of course, two clubs have quite close links. Several players from Real Madrid over the seasons have been loaned out to Getafe. Players going in either directions, the likes of Pedro Leon, we've already mentioned, Ernesto Granero, Miguel Torres, who's in the side today for Getafe.
Flicked up by Modric onto Albiol. Albiol makes the pass over to the left. One to have played with Fabio Coentrao, goes on a run forward. Essien doesn't pick him up with a pass, much to the disdain of Fabio Coentrao, and Gonzalo Higuain's been brought down, and it's going to be a free kick in shooting range for Cristiano Ronaldo.
First opportunity from a set piece for Real Madrid.
Get the power in, and can also get some dip over the wall. Ronaldo steps up, Cristiano Ronaldo gets it through, it's parried by Moya, and Modric picks up the follow-up. Good solid save from Miguel Angel Moya. Back with Cristiano Ronaldo, who tries to get past Gavilan. It's out of play for a throw-in. First stop for Moya. Cristiano Ronaldo dangerous from the set piece.
Typical Cristiano Ronaldo free kick, the ball dipping nastily just in front of the keeper. Moya did really well to get down on his right-hand post, turn the ball away.
Header out of the area by Lopo. And Getafe now trying to burst forward. There's a foul off the ball by Raul Albiol. The first yellow card of the game is going to be produced. Clear obstruction from Raul Albiol. He picks up a card, the first of the game on 10 minutes. Clearly obstructing Gavilan. Gavilan had got past Essien and was almost left on a free run towards goal.
That's a setback for Albiol. He's going to have to be careful now in the rest of the game. Still 80 minutes to go. Already on a yellow card. Good move by Getafe. Gavilan just beating him for pace.
All into the area. A scuffed attempt by Diego Castro. And it's brought out by Gonzalo Higuain. Real Madrid so dangerous on the counter-attack. Look at all these players surging forward. 6 players upfield. It comes to Miguel Angel Moya, who improvises using his head to take it away from Angel Di Maria. Sergio Ramos keeps it in.
I think it was a better save from Moya than it looked initially, because as you can see, the ball bounces just in front of him. He has to get down very quickly at that near post. Early warning from Real Madrid, abilities from set pieces. They have another opportunity here.
This time it looks as if it's going to be swung in by Mesut Ozil, who's quite the free kick taker himself. The wall just being brought back. It's just a one-man wall. And it's going to be swung in towards the likes of Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos looks for it. It doesn't get past the defender, though. Getafe conspired to clear, but Real Madrid regain possession. It's with Mesut Ozil. Ozil swings it in towards the penalty spot. Sergio Ramos was running and he stayed up. He's looking for one final cross. Here's Di Maria. Di Maria's shot, it takes a deflection and curls just wide of the post. Moya beaten, tricked by the deflection.
So close there. I think Moya would have had no chance. The ball comes across, space opens up for Di Maria. He doesn't think twice. That's the shot. I think it came off Lopo. Completely wrong footing, Moya.
First corner of the game swung in by Luka Modric. That one taken by the Getafe goalkeeper, who's been slightly more busy than he would have liked in the early going. This opening 12 minutes being played at a frenetic pace, and that will suit Real Madrid.
I think, yeah, when the game is as open as this, when space in midfield, Getafe at the moment not afraid to take the game to Real Madrid. I think Mourinho will be too disappointed with that approach from their rivals today. As I said, Getafe do look to get men forward, then Real Madrid, I think there's a side better in European football at exploiting space in behind defences on the counter.
Sergio Ramos draws the foul from Gavilan, having overhit his touch on the near side. But with Sergio Ramos now, tries to send it down the line, and that was a lazy ball forward from him. Gavilan takes it off his boot. Gavilan running through, comes up against Albiol. And there's a tangle between Diego Castro and Fabio Coentrao. Sorry, between Sarabia and Fabio Coentrao. The referee comes over. He is going to show a yellow card to Pablo Sarabia. So early cards being shown, 2 players on yellows in the early going. That looked more or less 6 of one, half a dozen of the other in that tangle, but the shirt pull more obvious from Sarabia on Fabio Coentrao.
See, definitely a foul. Pablo Sarabia obviously pulling back Fabio Coentrao there. Yellow card seems a little bit harsh. The referee setting his stall out early. Senor Gonzalez, 2 bookings already. Trying to stamp his authority on the game. Pablo Sarabia, another former Real Madrid player in the Getafe lineup today, just 20 years of age. Real Madrid do produce a lot of players through their youth systems, but not too many of them make it into the first team. A lot of them pop up in the clubs in the Spanish First Division.
Higuain makes a cross towards the near post. Cristiano Ronaldo went to meet it. It's gone out for a corner off the defender. Getafe just having a couple of holes picked in that defence. They've got players improvising at the back just to try and keep the ball out. It's going to be another corner, this time from the near side, taken by Di Maria. And that's a very poor delivery from Angel Di Maria.
Wasted opportunity there for Madrid. There's a good attack down the right-hand side that won the corner initially. And Di Maria really can't excuse that from a professional footballer. Very poor delivery indeed into the side netting. Head off for Getafe.
Moya sends the ball upfield, and a very poor delivery from him. Just wonder if maybe the wind's picked up, or...
I don't know, Moya taking the leaf out of Angel Di Maria's book there. Very poor clearance on the Getafe goalkeeper. I don't really think the wind is too much of a factor. It doesn't appear it's gusting too much.
Perhaps a display of solidarity from Mikel Angel Moya towards Angel Di Maria.
I think the early start might have caught a few players out still half asleep. Perhaps Angel Di Maria. Moya, though, didn't seem half asleep just a few minutes ago when he made that excellent save from Cristiano Ronaldo's free kick.
Well, this is the first game that Real Madrid have played this season at midday, as Higuain nearly got a touch there from Madrid's previous midday games. They scored 10 goals against Osasuna and Sevilla. Also won last season against Rayo Vallecano. Getafe, though, have won just 1 out of the 4 games this campaign that they've played at this hour. So more night owls than morning people, I think, Getafe.
Luis Garcia Plaza side, yeah. From the statistics, appearing to having trouble adapting to the early kickoff, but I don't think players really mind too much. I think once they played 1 or 2 games at 12 o'clock on a Sunday, they get into the routine. I imagine the first time they do it, it's a little bit unusual. A couple of weeks' time, we've got Football Club Barcelona playing their first game for many years at 12 o'clock, also against Getafe. I think once they've experienced the day and the week in preparation, I don't think it'll be really a problem for them.
Although Higuain arguing with the referee's assistant, he believed that, well, it did look as if Alexis was the player who knocked that out of play. Alexis Arana, former Sevilla and Valencia player, clearly makes contact. Really should have been a Real Madrid corner.
The referee's assistant not spotting that. Seems quite obvious from the replay, but we do have the luxury of replays. Remember, the officials out there, you get to see things once. With all players appealing for everything, at times it's difficult to make that decision in a split second.
Ball excellently pulled down by Angel Di Maria from the pass, spotted by Luka Modric. Flicked 1-2 by Sergio Ramos. Di Maria was pulled back there. And another yellow card has to be produced because the first incident involving Albiol and Gavilan produced a yellow card. Now Miguel Torres also gets his name into the book. Light tug on Angel Di Maria. Well, pulling him back by the underside of the shirt. Miguel Torres deservedly goes into the book. Yet another booking for Getafe, yet another free kick for Real Madrid. It's going to be taken once again by Mesut Ozil. Ozil swings it in left-footed. Again headed out by the Getafe defence. A may break. There's a run through here from Sarabia. Sarabia squares it off. Fabio Coentrao with a crucial touch to take it away from Adrian Colunga. Getafe trying to beat Real Madrid at their own game with the counter-attack there.
See, poor delivery in from the free kick from Ozil. Getafe cleared it and then launched a swift counter indeed. Pablo Sarabia using his pace. Perhaps clung onto the ball a little bit too long, and in the end, pass for Adrian Colunga cut out by Fabio Coentrao.
Ball goes out of play off the quick throw-in delivery. Nothing to be done about that down on the near side. Well, let's have a look at the move. Well, Sarabia drawn two defenders to him. He drawn Di Maria and Essien swarming around him like moths around a light bulb. Made the pass off to the player in space. Colunga, though, unable to make the finish. Look at the possession stat there, 71% for Real Madrid, just 29 to Getafe. Real Madrid in control so far, but Getafe peppering with a couple of counter-attacks early on in this game, which has just reached the 20-minute mark.
No surprise that Real Madrid dominating possession. They tend to do that against more modest opposition. I say modest in inverted commas. And they tend to take on the bigger sides. Real Madrid not averse to allowing their opponents to dominate possession, again because of their propensity to damage teams on the counter. But here at home in the Santiago Bernabeu against Getafe, you'd expect them to have a lot more of the ball than their opponents, and that's been the case in the opening 20 minutes.
Essien tries to win the ball through, but Getafe bring it out with the passes. A look up from Valera. Valera, of course, who scored one of two goals, who got the win for Getafe against Real Madrid in the first part of the season. Played by Ozil to Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo sells for dummy. Ronaldo shot, a point-blank save from Miguel Moya. Once again called into action. Nice little move from Cristiano Ronaldo, the step over pass and the run. Sells for dummy. Gonzalo Higuain not free for the pass. I think Cristiano Ronaldo would have preferred to have squared that one across, but left with no other option but to take the rather more tricky shot.
In the end, another good save from Moya. Miguel Torres on hand there to just nod the ball back to the keeper as the rebound came out from Moya's save. Cristiano Ronaldo, so dangerous in the box, can come back onto either foot there, come back onto his right foot inside.
Excellent flick back from Gonzalo Higuain. The ball with Mesut Ozil. Ozil makes a move. Di Maria tries to give it back to Higuain. And that's some good defending there to take it away from the Argentine striker. It was Lopo who came back to cover. A few last-ditch saves from a Getafe back line. I just feel it's a matter of time, though, before Real Madrid really carve open the Getafe defence.
At the moment, both clear occasions, or chances rather, in this game have fallen to Real Madrid. And Getafe, though, one or two counter-attacks where they have caused a little bit of alarm in the Real Madrid backline. They are again on the counter.
Move through from Gavilan. Luka Modric attempts to break free. It's over on the right for Getafe. Sarabia. There's a run forward from Xavi Torres. That's not picked up. A player is down in the box, Raul Albiol. And a rather tame shot produces a save from Antonio Adan.
Pablo Sarabia getting involved in the game again, making his presence felt here in the Santiago Bernabeu. Getafe be looking to exploit perhaps what I might consider a slightly more lightweight centre of midfield today, with Luka Modric in there alongside Michael Essien. Normally, of course, Mourinho has that tandem of Xabi Alonso and Khedira, both rested today on the bench. Modric He's played quite a lot in central midfield, did so very successfully at Tottenham. Alongside Essien today, he'll have defensive responsibilities as well. Interesting to see how Getafe can exploit possible weakness in the central midfield with Luka Modric in there.
Well, Xabi Alonso, very rare that he would be dropped at the Santiago Bernabeu for any other reason than a suspension or injury. Jose Mourinho, even in the tail end of last season, not resting Xabi Alonso at home games. He would sometimes leave him out for the away fixtures, but clearly resting him for El Clasico coming up in midweek. A very important game, it must be said, for Jose Mourinho, with Real Madrid seemingly out of title contention in La Liga. The cup competition's taking on even more prominence.
Exactly, I think the reason why the likes of Khedira, Benzema and Xabi Alonso have been rested today is indeed the fact that Los Merengues are 15 points behind Barcelona in the league. Mourinho himself has admitted recently the title race is all but over for them. So the Copa del Rey and of course the Champions League are the two main objectives for the Portuguese manager and his side this season. Rotating his squad today, even the likes of Modric and Essien a chance in the starting 11, so as to be able to rest the likes of Xabi Alonso, Khedira, and of course Varane, Frenchman, becoming an important part of the Real Madrid defence in recent weeks, with Pepe out injured of course, and Sergio Ramos I think been out through suspension.
Taken away by Getafe, immediately won back by Mesut Ozil, but Ozil commits the foul in the process. Well, the cup competition's very important for Jose Mourinho. He still hasn't clarified his future. Turned 50 a couple of days ago, Jose Mourinho. Still no clearer about what he's going to be doing next season. I think it does depend a little bit on how the Champions League goes for Real Madrid. Well, swung over towards the back post, pulled back, headed towards goal, and a save from Antonio Adan.
Once again, Getafe getting men forward. Good cross in from the left-hand side. Gavilan headed back in. Nice Arabia. Chance for Diego Castro. Ball just popped up. Couldn't really get any pace in it. In the end, an easy save for Adan. Getafe will take heart. They have created one or two opportunities here in the first half so far in the Bernabeu.
Here's Mesut Ozil. Ozil tried to pass to Cristiano Ronaldo. It was a sloppy effort from him. And again, Mesut Ozil commits a foul, and this time, for being a repeat offender, Mesut Ozil is going to go into the book. That is Mesut Ozil's 5th booking of the season.
Nothing foul really. Mesut Ozil, referees in Spain often come down harshly when they feel a player has committed a foul to stop a quick counter by the opposition, and that possibly the case there, but Getafe was still deep inside their own half.
Played forward by Getafe, easily caught by Antonio Adan. Well, Mesut Ozil, I think he would have got away with that had he not committed a similar offence just a couple of minutes beforehand. As it stands, he picks up a 5th yellow card, and if I'm not mistaken, he'll be suspended for the next match.
Sadly, Mesut Ozil will miss out next week when Real Madrid travel to take on Granada. Ball at the feet of Gonzalo Higuain. Now with Luka Modric. Modric to Essien. Coentrao wants the ball forward. Looked like a handball there. An accidental one perhaps in the area by Valera, but the referee allowing play to continue and allowing Getafe to start their move. Albiol takes it away. Real Madrid players are protesting. That did look suspiciously like a handball, and perhaps even in the box. The referees in the last couple of seasons have decided to come down very harshly on any kind of possible contact, ball to arm or ball to hand. There I think Valera completely inadvertently touching the ball with the top part of his arm. Good decision by the referee, Gonzalez. The crowd these days get very excited every time the ball strikes anything approaching the player's arm. They know in recent seasons of those balls have been given.
Getafe with the ball down the left-hand side. Rare venture down the wings for them. Have been playing more direct so far in this game, which is almost half an hour old. It's still Real Madrid 0, Getafe 0 at the Santiago Bernabeu. Early afternoon kickoff in La Liga, match day 23, as Valera makes a cross in, which is dealt with by Fabio Coentrao. Cristiano Ronaldo tried to keep in play. It's out for a throw-in. Getafe getting forward a little bit more in this last 5 minutes.
Indeed, Luis Garcia Plaza's side back into the game here. Madrid had a couple of chances early on. Moyas had to make a couple of good saves in goal for Getafe. And the visitors showing they're not afraid to get men forward, try and hit Real Madrid.
There is one player forward. Sergio Ramos takes the ball, cuts it back to Mesut Ozil from Gonzalo Higuain. A quick break. Mesut Ozil had been fouled in the build-up. The referee did very well allowing the advantage to be played. And what an advantage it was. Jose Mourinho wants a retrospective yellow card to be given. Getting animated on the touchline with the fourth official. He's not mellowed at all in his old age. Having newly passed the 50 years of barrier, and Jaime Gavilan has been given the yellow card. Clear pull back on Mesut Ozil, trying to break up play again. A second offence in the game after a warning. Gavilan shown the yellow card.
Again, we're talking about Getafe being brave, courageous, trying to take the game to Madrid at times, and that's the problem. They did get men forward. They were caught on the counter. That counter ended with a good opportunity from Mesut Ozil. He'll be disappointed. He hit a shot straight at Moya. Gavilan trying to prevent that counter in its early stages with that foul on Ozil. The referee, as you say, did quite well to allow play to continue. And then show Gavilan the yellow card once the ball had gone dead. But another opportunity for Real Madrid, once again on the counter.
Real Madrid get the throw-in. Sergio Ramos. Ramos to Di Maria. Di Maria tries to create something. It looks as if Modric is the midfielder in front of the defence, playing slightly higher up, occupying that role, whilst Essien more protective of the back four.
You can see that counter again. The ball in from the left from Higuain, and Ozil slightly disappointed with the finish. The team effort in the end, too easy for Moya. Madrid creating chances, but at the moment a little bit lackluster in front of goal.
Well left there by Ricardo Carvalho for Antonio Adan. Adan electing against. Will do Fabio Coentrao, wanted it on the left-hand side. Instead, it's going to be brought out by Raul Albiol. Now Essien back from Coentrao. Essien hasn't really stamped his mark on this game so far, but here's a Real Madrid attack. Cristiano Ronaldo, and a poor effort from him from long range. Angel Di Maria waiting, hands on hips. He wanted that to be released to him on the right-hand side where he had the space.
Cristiano Ronaldo just snatching at this opportunity. It was a nice touch from Modric. Took out the defender, Xavi Torres. And Cristiano Ronaldo shaking his head. He knew there was an opportunity there, but snatching at it, and in the end, slicing the ball harmlessly wide.
5 shots for Real Madrid, 2 for Getafe. Only a couple have put the goalkeepers under pressure, in particular that Cristiano Ronaldo free kick early on, what seems like an age ago now, some 23 minutes ago. In fact, we're coming up to 10 minutes to go for the end of the first half. Real Madrid again surge forward on the attack. Here's Ozil. Ozil finds Sergio Ramos in space. It's just gone a little bit too long for Sergio Ramos, which buys some time for Miguel Torres to cover and block for cross in. Ozil tries to send the looping ball over to Di Maria. Not a good delivery from Mesut Ozil. One back by Luka Modric though. And Ozil drops to the near-hand side. 3 players swarm around him. Ramos looks up, but very little movement at the moment from Real Madrid. Now Coentrao makes the run through. Coentrao, the furthest player forward. Coentrao waiting for it. Bounces up for Alexis, who has to improvise. Real Madrid varying their attacks. Fabio Coentrao up really where he has no right to be as the furthest player forward.
Good cross in from Coentrao. Alexis did well, just seemed to slip rather. Eventually was able to get the ball away for Getafe.
And he does it again with a header that was off a cross aimed for Gonzalo Higuain. Getafe try the counter-attack. Ricardo Carvalho, well positioned, knocks the ball into touch.
Interesting to see Carvalho back in the side in recent weeks. Madrid, of course, had injury and suspension problems at the back, with Pepe being injured and Sergio Ramos being suspended. Carvalho's come back in, done a good job. Was the forgotten man in the Real Madrid squad. It was almost a given that he would leave last summer. Ended up staying at the club, proving there's room for experience in the centre of that back four.
Carvalho at one point wasn't even training with the first team. Jose Mourinho saying that Carvalho is such a good player that he doesn't deserve to be a substitute. He deserves to be a full-time player, but even though his contract will not be renewed at the end of this season, no buyers have come in for Ricardo Carvalho as of yet. And talking of players who are likely on their way, of course, not featuring in the starting lineup or on the bench today for Real Madrid, Kaká looks to be on his way imminently before the closing of the winter transfer window.
So he talks of a possible return for Kaká back to AC Milan. Kaká, really his career at Real Madrid never really taken off. One of the marquee signings back in the day. FIFA World Player of the Year, Ballon d'Or winner. Really things haven't panned out at Real Madrid. Injury and a loss of form really hampered his progress. I think possibly the best thing for both parties would perhaps be a parting of the ways in this January transfer window. And return to Italian football does look likely for the Brazilian.
Well, the only question now being how much of Kaká's wages will be taken on by Real Madrid. Should the deal be a loan one? There have been rumours of a signing for Paris Saint-Germain in the summer, but that never came through. From a French, aside from a French capital, not coming up with the funds to prize Kaká away from Real Madrid. His valuation dropping significantly, though. Could be as little as 12 million euros for Kaká. Now a run forward. Ricardo Carvalho makes the sensible pass. Right in front of the Getafe attacker. Delivers it calmly back to Antonio Adan. Getafe again trying to break through. Diego Castro, a ball down the line to Gavilan. Good interception by Sergio Ramos, concedes the throw-in, but stops the break down that left-hand side. Ball with Diego Castro. Castro over to the far side, pulled down by Valera, and again what looked like perhaps a handball by Valera, not picked up by the referee.
Valera getting forward. The first times we've seen that in this first half. Juan Valera, right back, who does like to get down the wing and support in attack. Lucky there for Getafe. It was a good ball over from the left-hand side. But again, Shows their commitment to getting men forward when possible.
Valera, who scored the equaliser in the first game between these two sides, and the winner scored by Barada. Now not with Getafe. Getafe have also lost a player in the winter transfer window. Abraham has been shipped out, and they've brought in a new signing, but unavailable to play today.
Left back Sergio Escudero, signed from German football, Schalke, not in the squad today.
Played into the area with Gonzalo Higuain, couldn't turn goalwards, but could keep possession for Real Madrid. Coentrao into Cristiano Ronaldo, who controlled with his thigh, tried to hit on the volley, could not direct it goalwards. Getafe again not afraid to push forward on the counter-attack. It's come to Sarabia. Sarabia is offside though. The referee's assistant at the top of the pitch just waiting, and we can't really tell anything from that angle.
It looks as though Sarabia might have just been offside there. Referee looked over to his assistant quick to raise the flag. They're playing a dangerous game there. Sarabia had just checked his run for a second. He would have been in behind them.
Great little run through. The pass off. Here's Mesut Ozil. Ozil tries to do a little too much, gets it caught on his heel. Let off for Getafe. Mesut Ozil is down, and more through embarrassment than anything else. He'd jinked his way through that Getafe defence, almost straight down the middle. And then the only player to make a challenge on it was Mesut Ozil himself, who got it caught up underneath his feet.
Yeah, chance went big in there. Ozil really should have hit that first time when the rebound came back to him. Instead, he tried to take it further on into the box. Not the ball tangled under his feet. A chance to disappear for Real Madrid. A chance to see the replay. We'll see exactly when Ozil should have taken the shot.
Thrown forward by Sergio Ramos. It was flicked on for Higuain, but no player there to meet it. And Getafe's turn to go forward. It's cut through the middle. Ricardo Carvalho, good interception from him. Release to Gavilan on the left. Gavilan, first time cross over towards the back post. The header from Coentrao. Might fall for Sarabia. Raul Albiol does well to cover and block off the shot, and then releases the counter-attack. The roll back from Cristiano Ronaldo to SEN. Keeps the momentum of the move alive. Not the best of controls by Angel Di Maria, and that breaks down the move, and Real Madrid will have to take a slower, more patient approach forward as we go into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Played to Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos in front of goal, squares it up to Di Maria, and it's over top to Fabio Coentrao. First time cross from him, falls to Modric. Luka Modric! Just over the bar from Modric. It's sat up beautifully for him. And his first shot of the game.
Again, good move from Real Madrid. Coentrao getting forward again, getting in behind. Right back Valera, pulling it back for Modric. Did the hard part, took it well on the chest. Hit it well, but always rising. Difficult to keep that ball down in the end. He had Alexis right on top of him. Luka Modric, one of those players you always think perhaps should score more goals, a bit like Mesut Ozil, given their talent and their ability. Perhaps think that the one aspect of their game that's lacking is that ability to find the net. Luka Modric scored just one goal in the league this season for Real Madrid. Mesut Ozil has 4 to his name. Mourinho would like to see more goals from those two.
Here is Mesut Ozil on the ball, tries to put it across to Cristiano Ronaldo. Getafe defence do just enough. Here's Di Maria. Di Maria gets into the box. Di Maria's crossed to the back post. Cristiano Ronaldo, it evaded him. Had too much pace for Gonzalo Higuain. He brings it back under control and swings it in himself. Alexis with another header. Alexis has really been the last line of defence for so many of these Real Madrid crosses, and there he improvises, blasting it against Luka Modric. Rather interesting defending choice there from Alexis.
Could have backfired if Madrid had just jumped out of the way there. Alexis obviously trying to crack the ball against Modric and win the throw-in. Slightly unorthodox, but seems to have gone off for the Sevilla defender.
We move into the final minute of the first half. I can't imagine we would have too many minutes added on, perhaps just one at the end of the first half as Fabio Coentrao gets the cross in. It's met by a header this time by Borja. A corner to round off this first half. Mesut Ozil jogs over. It's going to be he who takes it. Third corner. Ozil taking them all from the left-hand side. Di Maria taking those from the right. Ozil's delivery in. It rises high. Albiol tried to take it, and it falls perhaps to Cristiano Ronaldo. He'll get a second bite at it, maybe. Headed out again by Alexis Ruano, who has made more touches perhaps with his head in this first half than with his feet. Good play from Real Madrid to cut out that counter-attack. They'll have players forward of their own. Essien tries the through ball, tried perhaps to do a little bit too much with Higuain on the overlap there.
Good play initially from Essien, spotted the ball through as Getafe threatened on the counter. Getafe now, the question of not losing the concentration in this last minute. A minute of added time here at the end of the first half. I'm sure Luis García Plaza and his assistant, Pedro Rostoil, another imposing figure. You wouldn't want to argue with him, would you?
Looks like an evil butler, I'd say, from a James Bond film.
Well, I'm sure they'll be more than happy with the way things have gone in this first half. Real Madrid have had a few chances, but they haven't overrun Getafe in the way that they did to Valencia de Mestalla last weekend. And Mourinho, I'm sure, will have a few things to say at half-time. Getafe, if they can keep it goalless at the break, we'll be the happier of the two.
Oh, a long-range attempt by Borja. Decides to try his luck. I think that might be the last action we'll see in this first half as Mr. Gonzalez brings a whistle up to his lips and calls an end to a first half. Your impressions of this first half, Dave?
Well, I think, as I said, I think Getafe will be more than happy with the way things went. Real Madrid, they did create opportunities, but they weren't extreme clear-cut opportunities. They were half chances, really. Cristiano Ronaldo brought a good save from Moya from a free.
خش اونلاين يا معلم. هو ده عالمي عالمي. هو راح فين؟ ايه ده؟ طلع منين ده بقى؟ ايه يا عم اللعبه؟ بطيخ ده؟ لا لا يا ابني ما تخافش، ايه الجبن ده؟ جيب الهليكوبتر دلوقتي وانت